My friends and I watched most of last season. I thought it was interesting. I mean, I definitely think that there was a kind of a one-dimensional, that everybody seemed a little bit one-dimensional, and obviously they are not. And I think that it was interesting. I mean, I must have liked it. I came on it, so I really can't say anything bad. None of them have seen the first episode or first season, so I don't really think they know. They are really supportive. They're excited for me. They think that as long as I, you know, don't have sex on camera and don't drink too much on camera, then there's not too much I can do wrong. I don't think they know what it's all entails. I don't think they kind of get it, but they're supportive. I mean, they are supportive of pretty much anything I do as long as it's not hurting myself or anyone else. I think I'm still kind of, you know, the new kid in town with the whole lesbian community out here. In New York, I really felt loved and accepted, and it was like, I knew a lot of girls there, and I had my whole crew of friends. Out here, I'm very much so kind of just got my foot in the door with everybody. I think everybody seems nice. Girls are a bit more aggressive out here. But it's kind of hard to say because I don't know. I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see how the community, to see what it's like to go out without the film crew. I think that that's kind of been a challenge for me. Coming out here, being new, people not knowing anything about me, and I have a film crew following me. So I think it's kind of evoked a little bit of unneeded attention in certain ways. So I'm interested to kind of be back to normal, be normal, and just be going out and having a good time. Vivian's amazing. Vivian is to me the kind of perfect match for me. She compliments me in ways that she's everything I am not. And she's smart, compassionate, and really talented. And she's beautiful. I think that she's an all-around, I mean, she is a good person. When you think of a good person, she never lies. She always is there to lend a hand. She's the person that, like, walks in the room and sees the girl in the corner and goes over there and talks to that girl for the next hour and a half. I can have my story without Vivian. Of course, my story is a lot more interesting with her, but I didn't want to take anybody kind of down with me if this all went south, you know? I want her to be okay. Her deciding to actually be on the show and show her face and be a character as well, I think is great. I didn't go into this thinking that that's how it was gonna play out, but then I didn't go into this thinking a lot of things were gonna go the way that it played out. This season, it seems like they're getting more characters of different backgrounds, different ethnicities, and different kind of careers, which I think is interesting. I also think it's interesting that they're getting people like who are single, in relationships, breaking up, all of that. I also think that it's a bit younger. I think it seems like the whole cast is kind of more in the 20s and 30s versus, you know, the later 30s. So, I mean, it's hard to say. I've had little interaction with the other girls. Obviously, I've had a lot of interaction with Francine, but I think it seems like it's gonna be a great season. It's a great group of girls, so I can't imagine that any of them are that boring and people aren't gonna be excited to watch. This show has really taught me that I'm a much more private person than I ever thought I was. I kind of thought I had like worn my emotions on my sleeve, but since this all has started, I really do keep things sacred and private, and I want that. But I also think that the more that people see lesbians in whatever way, positive or negative, the more they get insight into that we are just normal people, just like you and your husband or you and your wife. So I feel like, I mean, I knew what I was getting into. I wasn't thinking they were gonna just focus on my career. I knew that my personal life was probably the interesting part of me. So I don't regret it by any means. It just was a lot more difficult than I had expected it to be.